Welcome back to a new video. I think how I want to structure this is vlogs on Monday. Wednesdays are for this kind of creative, weekly journaling artistic creature. Because I do have a little bit of a time limit with my sabbatical. It is right now looking like 4 months, so 16 weeks. And I just want to keep a aesthetically fun log of everything I do. So I'm using the Himi Jelly Gouache, which I love these guys. You wouldn't really be able to tell based on how dry they are. They got packed up when I moved this last July and then just neglected in the basement since then. So some of the painting's a little rougher than I would like. Let's see. You can also kind of see in frame. I've got all of my tools out there. I'm using a brush pen, and I admittedly could not tell you the brand off the top of my head. It's a Chinese brush pen inspired kind of thing that I really like. You can find them, I've seen them at like Michael's and, well, Joann's. Not that that matters much anymore. They're going out of business. But I use those. And then lastly, my Sakura, blanking on the word. I'm filming this voiceover on Tuesday afternoon. This was filmed yesterday. And I've had a busy day. And I don't have a script. Anyways, it's my pen with green ink. I love it very much. And the sketchbook creature I'm using is a Luxtherm 1917. I want to say it's a A5. Don't quote me on that. I can't keep those sizes on track. Can't keep them straight in my head, I mean. And of course they don't say, I'm flipping through it right now. They don't say what it is. I really like this sketchbook. The paper doesn't feel super thin, and you can't do like really super wet, heavy layered like watercolors on it, but for like light gouache, light watercolor, the pen I used, none of those bled through. The paper wrinkles a little bit when it gets really wet, but it's been holding up for what I've used it in the past, and eventually, once I fill it up with stuff, I'll do a full sketchbook tour. No, I hope my voice doesn't sound as scratchy and rough as it sounds to me. But yeah, so how I think I want to do these things is just like the week, and I know the 1st to the 9th is not a week, it's a week and change, but it's just when I got around to doing this in a reasonable amount of time. The next one will be a little bit shorter, but I had a super productive week. Like, the weather was gorgeous, and admittedly, like, I do live in like the banana belt, I hope you can hear my air quotes, of Western Montana. So we were graced with almost a full week of like weather in the 50s. I did a lot of work with our new greenhouse. We put it up this fall before all the snow came in, and thank you to my old bosses who gave us the plastic for it. Otherwise, we would have had to pay for all of it. It's like, I'm not gonna lie, it's kind of goofy. We're using my boyfriend's old Burning Man shelter base, which is PVC, and then secondhand plastic for the walls and the sheathing. And anyways, we had the first big snow. We didn't have a support beam in the middle, so I am thankful for how, well, I guess two things: how bendy the PVC is and how well my boyfriend stored it, because like it just flexed down with all the weight of the snow. And I remember like getting home from work and being like, oh shit, because it was just like touching the ground on the inside. And oh yeah, my hand in the way. Okay, so the three birds, I'm gonna break away from my greenhouse story. The three birds, because I love bird watching casually. I don't go out and naturally do it, but I like to keep track of the birds that are here and come in. So there's American robin, a western bluebird, and that third one is supposed to be a scrub jay. I did it from memory because I didn't want to stop filming to like be lame and pull out my phone or go hunt down a book for a reference. So it is a creature. But yeah, back to the greenhouse. Like got home from work, I had to shovel off all this snow. It took like half an hour. It was after dark and it actually bounced back. Like one little thing was broken and we've since fixed it. And there's a support beam now. And it's really exciting getting the greenhouse up and going. I actually just seeded the first greens today, and I'm not going to tell you what they are because that'll probably be in next week's. So yeah, I'll probably keep doing in something like this style, with just like a little illustration of like my biggest win or something going on at the house. Birds I see. I'll probably also will include like a wildflower log. Like I love hunting down wildflowers, new ones. Um, like that is that is where I go out looking for them. It's always very exciting. Western Montana is absolutely phenomenal for wildflowers. If that's your thing, this is a great place to visit, like May, June, July. So I've just got like little notes of what I did this week, including like the culture crawl down in Hamilton where I used to live. It was a little lackluster. I did find a super cute like snake ring though, that I'm completely enamored with. I'll actually share a photo in here soon. Yeah. And like this is why I'm writing it down so I remember what it was. Yeah, so I have like just the weather, the culture crawl, and like my last big win for the week was just like how much writing I got done. Um, the biggest reason that I'm even like doing such a big sabbatical is so that I have space for that because like my dream is to just be a writer and a painter. In all the places that they intersect. Like I'm working on a Mothman comic that you'll see eventually. So I'm really putting as much of my energy into this kind of work that I can, that for the last 11 years that I've been farming has really just gone towards work. It's been, yeah. I didn't plan out what I was gonna write. This is the first one. It's gonna be a little rough, and that's fine. And it was really fun. Can I just say that? This was really fun. It was just nice to take. I think this video is going to be 13 minutes, but the whole thing took 19, like 19, 20. It was just really nice to reflect on the week. Like, if you're not big on journaling, but want to keep track of stuff, something like this is really great. So, yeah, mostly, this is like my work air quotes recording area. Like I was serious when I said I got a lot done in this first little week and change. Like I published 2 essays on Substack. I wrote an entire short story in one go. Like I woke up at 3 o'clock Monday morning, which I think was the 3rd, with just like the entire story just ready in my head. I know the base of it was the city that I have recurring dreams about, and it's like it's not like a real city. It would be a terrible real city, but I just had an entire story fleshed out. And then over the course of the day, I typed all of it out, and it came to like, I think 5,700 words. And then, a few rounds of editing, and the next thing was on Friday, I was submitting it to a science fiction literary journal, and they got back to me really quickly. It was a rejection. But that's fine. This is something I've struggled with for such a long time. And people, when you see the advice of like poets and stuff, and they're like, yeah, just start doing it. It gets easier. It totally does. It gets so much easier. Because I'm actually, so for this whole year, my goal is to get 100 rejections. And I think I've done 8 or 9 submissions at this point. So like I am way behind. However, my 100 rejections goal, the true goal is to get very comfortable with submitting and the whole process and just like making a habit of that. So in that sense, I am very much succeeding. It's like I've gotten a few rejections already. I'm still waiting back to hear back from like 5 or 6 places, but yeah, 2 down, 98 to go. We're getting there. And then yeah, I did 3 little plein air paintings, which I think I showed 2 of them in my last video. And yeah, that was the last big thing. I got my first YouTube video up. It's really, really great. I'm so happy. And then in the corner, I just have stuff I want to work on for next week. So like, I want to get better at painting words and making yogurt, because I make my own yogurt at home. It's so much cheaper because you can also make like cream cheese from it. Sorry, this is a tangent, but yeah, so there's also like sections for what I want to get better at, and then just like a short few sentences. Like, I haven't thought about chickens, but I am thinking about a seasonal vegetable nursery. And spoiler alert, I filed the paperwork for that today because I can't go more than a week without like being a farmer. Sorry, it was very passionate. And then down in the corner, I realized as I was doing this, because this is so just freeform, I want to start keeping tab of how I'm feeling as I go through these 16 weeks. So like I'm just recording like what my stress levels are, how my body is feeling, because like I've had problems with like recurring pain and stuff, and how my like creative work is going. So I think that's the last little bit, getting down to the last few seconds. And my last little note to myself is what I want to prioritize this week, which is Moth and Hound. And so far, that's going well. I don't want to spoil too much, but I've been working on it, and you will learn more about that next week, I am sure. So yeah, thanks for hanging out with me this first journaling week. I hope to see you guys soon. I'll have a new video up Friday. Bye.